Hello, I'm Sandy Walden, your Master Grief Coach and Master Grief Coach Trainer. I'm not sure I've ever spoken to anybody who's experiencing grief that doesn't look for a sign or ask for guidance. Now, this comes in many ways, and the way that feels right for you is the way that is right for you. It also comes with various forms of language. I was recently talking with a good friend, and we used to work with a mastermind group together. And at the time, language of spirit and energy and universe felt really good for her. Now she's shifted and she uses language of God. And as we had our conversation, we're both very aware that we are speaking, asking for guidance, signs to the same, I don't know what word to use, being, entity, beings. I'm not sure. We're finding that we each need to find the language that feels right for us, but we know that we're connected. It felt amazing to have this very open, respectful, clarifying conversation, and it brought us closer. Now, I've been praying, asking for guidance about a situation in my life. Um, it's nothing bad, please don't misunderstand me, but looking to make the steps in the way that is right for me and for others in my world. So I've been asking. I've been talking to my son. I've been talking to the language I use is spirit, our loved ones on the other side, the most wise and loving beings in spirit. For me, that's all encompassing. My language, I'm not telling you, it needs to be yours. So something very interesting happened. I have complete belief that we are guided and that we are supported. At the same time, I really like something concrete. Um, Maybe I'm a little hard headed. I don't know. I don't know. So I've been asking about this and I've been working on it, working on it. I'm working on releasing and allowing. That's part of my journey. So Thursday night, I was having a reading with a medium. She's somebody I absolutely love and trust. Pardon me. She is a woman of complete and total integrity. She has told me things that I've never put out here. They're very private. So before we got together this time, I wrote a few things in my notebook that I wanted to ask about. This experience that I'm imagining, where I'm asking for guidance, uppermost in my mind. So when we got together, imagine my surprise and my delight when almost the first words out of her mouth were that Mikey really wants you to know this. And she jumped right in to the topic I was addressing. It's not a topic I've ever addressed on Facebook. It's not a topic I've had a conversation with her about. It's something that I've kept very close in my own heart, and I've shared with a few close friends who do not know her. Is that a sign? Was that guidance? I choose to believe it was because it was an answer to the prayers I've been offering, the conversations I've been having. Again, language that's right for you. I finished up the conversation with her feeling very safe, feeling very loved, feeling very connected to my son, to loved ones who have passed to the other side, as well as to spirit. And I keep finding myself using this because I feel like this connection is all over, and I don't know how to explain it in a way that uses words or gestures. The next morning, the very next morning, I got together with a friend I've known kind of forever for coffee. We get together every now and then. Our lives are very similar, but she didn't know about this particular thing going on either. So we each got our coffee. And when we sat down, she opened up with, is it okay if I talk about this? Because I keep getting these messages the last several days that I need to tell you about. It was 100% addressing the topic that I've been looking for guidance about. 100%. She didn't know this was something that was in my mind or heart either. We can chalk this up to coincidence. We can say, oh my goodness, you must have dropped hints, except I've not had conversation with her for a few months, other than the general, how are you? This is an incredibly personal subject that I'm talking to her about, to both women, very personal, very personal. If guidance comes to you, are you open to accepting that perhaps it is guidance? If you're asking for guidance or signs from your loved one, are you open to saying, perhaps that's what it is? How do you know when something is a sign? How do you know when you're receiving guidance? For me, more and more, this is coming in dreams. How does it come to you? Maybe it's a feeling in your gut. Maybe it's simply a knowing. Maybe it's something that affirms your belief or your understanding. I don't know what it is for you, but I encourage you to look within yourself, to notice, to not discount out of hand. And I'm not saying accept everything that someone says is a sign, because guess what? The lamp that's next to my desk is not doing anything funky. The fact that it turned on is because it's got a good light bulb and I turned on the switch. Might be a sign if it started flickering on doing strange things. Being on is not for me. Maybe it is for you. I'm asking you to get clear about what feels okay for you. I'm not okay with just jumping into anything and saying, yes, this is what it is. I believe in healthy skepticism. Because then when something happens, like the acorns that my son has been sending on and off for years, or like these two messages, I feel solid that that is the guidance I've been asking for. I feel sure. I feel very certain. What is a sign for you? What is guidance from God, Spirit, universe? I don't know what language is right for you. And I mean no disrespect for that, because I want to honor your beliefs and your language. What I find really special about that is that when we have a conversation, we may have 7 different words for the system we believe in. But most of us believe the same thing. We're simply using our own words. And that's a beautiful thing. I ask you to be open to trusting your heart. When you see signs, when you feel guidance, don't discount it. It's all right to write it down, share it with somebody you trust, and see how you feel about it. Because we are so incredibly connected. I absolutely believe that with every fiber of my being. And let me say here quite publicly, I am so grateful for the guidance I received the last few days. It reinforced and synchronized so deeply and powerfully with what I believe, what I know in my heart. And it was the kind of affirmation I needed, because these were outside sources. For me, that was huge. It was huge. That's what I needed. Rachel says when she asked for a heart in the cloud, a day later, she posted a pic of the heart in the clouds. Oh, I love that. It's okay to ask for something specific. And when we see that something specific, or we receive it in some way, accept. And I believe that gratitude is so important. I am deeply grateful, deeply grateful. I truly believe we're connected. For today, I wish you a day of loving connection, of knowing that you are loved and that you always have been. Namaste.